Hey guys, this is a message for my friends who aren't planning on voting. Hear me out. This is a message for my friends who live in a state that they think is a lock. My friends in Michigan, my friends in California, my friends in Texas, my friends who think regardless of whether it's going to go Republican or Democrat in their mind, they think, what's the point of me voting? It's going to go that way anyway. Here's the thing. This is a concept I want you to think about and understand. This time around, every state is a swing state. Thank you, Fonzie. And Fonzie agrees with us. Right, buddy? Every state is a swing state. And here's why. Because the beloved RBG has died, that spot on the Supreme Court is going to get filled. It's going to get filled right away by some GOP dickhead. And that person is going to basically swear their allegiance to Trump in order to get the nomination in the first place, and then they're going to contest the election. It's going to happen. Okay? They'll fast track it through. This is Fonzie's butt. They'll fast track it through, and the only way that the legit justices on the Supreme Court, yes, even the conservative ones, the only way that they will not rule in Donald Trump's favor when Trump and his goons rig districts and make a big fuss about how, like, oh, this district has clearly been tampered with because of all the aforementioned mail fraud, you know. It's going to go to the Supreme Court, and the only way that it is not going to get ruled, the only way they are not going to rule in his favor is if there is an overwhelming popular vote in addition to the Electoral College vote. That means that the 100 million of you who stayed home in 2016, you got to show up this time. Even if 20% of you show up, those legit justices are going to have to look at an overwhelming, you know, like I'm talking 10, 15 million. Hillary Clinton won by 3 million. It's got to be 10, 15 million in order for them to go, well, the people have kind of spoken here. Because regardless of their conservative nature, those guys still still take their job seriously. And if they can see that 10 to 15 million more people voted for Biden than Trump, they won't rule in his favor. But he is going to do everything he can to steal this thing, guys. He's going to Rikers in New York if he loses. But I want you to think for a second. This is for the Bernie supporters as well. I know that you wanted Bernie. I get it. There have been several candidates in the past that I was all about, and then, you know, when that person was not the nominee, it's upsetting. And I know you wanted a revolution, but look, we can have that revolution. It just takes a different form. Because if Biden is sworn in, if Biden becomes president, if Biden-Harris is the next administration, we make Puerto Rico a state, we can make Washington, D.C. a state, we can vote to add 13 justices, not add, but make it 13 total justices on the Supreme Court, okay? That's 4 additional liberal judges that Biden and Harris can appoint. So don't think about Biden being the president, don't think about, oh, I don't need to vote. Think about the fact that Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she dedicated her entire life to protect us. Think about the fact that it's the 100-year anniversary of women's right to vote this year. Think about the fact that in a Trump administration, little girls are going to be on the chopping block. Their rights. Think about the fact that animals and the environment decimated beyond belief. Think about the air that you and your children are not going to be able to breathe. Think about all that and more. And then think about the fact that with a snap, just like the end of Avengers Endgame, we can undo it all. We can undo everything that McConnell and Trump have done in the past 4 years. This nightmare we've been living in the past 4 years, we can literally undo it all. So if they overturn Roe v. Wade, bam, we switch it right back. But the only way that happens is with a huge blue tsunami. And it's got to include you. We cannot do it without you. We can't have the 100 million of you who stayed home last time to stay home again. It's not just about Biden and Harris. It's about everything you stand for being on the line, and how we can get it all back and more. There is no going back from this. We're not just going to go back to the same old as before. We either have a fascist, horrible future, or we get everything we want and we get some sort of like progressive utopia. That's the only way this works. It's one or the other, guys. So join us, please. Tuesday is voter registration day. Do it. Come on. Come on. I'm telling you, we wipe it all away, but we only do it with you. Come on, let's do this thing.